Even at the highest levels, only 85% of your Social Security is going to land on your tax return. The question is, but does all of it, even the non-taxable portion, could that cause you to pay extra for your Medicare Part B and Part D IRMAA? I've got the answer and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Income-related monthly adjustment amount. If you can avoid it, you need to avoid it. That's a 4-letter word in retirement, okay? So you probably didn't know this unless you're a geek like me that loves this sort of stuff and loves planning. But the amount that you pay for your Medicare Part B and Part D is based on your income. It's based on your income and not just your current year's income or last year's income. That would be way too obvious and logical. It's based on your income from 2 years ago, the prior year. And I suppose that is logical because that's the most recent tax return that you'll have on file by the time that year starts. But it's based on your income, okay? And if your income is below a certain threshold, then you're going to pay the base rate, which for 2025 is $185 even per person. So it'd be $185 for you for Part B and for your spouse for Part B, and that's the base rate. But if your income is above that threshold, then you're going to pay a surcharge. You're going to pay extra. Even if you're $1 above that, you're going to pay extra every single month. Your spouse will as well, and there's different tiers to it. So depending on how high your income is, the higher that surcharge, you could pay double or triple or a lot more for your Medicare. And again, I'm all for paying more if you're getting something extra. No, this is you're paying more and getting the same thing. So if your income or assets are structured in a certain way and you've just got a lot of income in retirement, own businesses, rental properties, that sort of thing, then try, do planning, try to limit it, try to manage it, but you're likely going to be subject to IRMAA. But we see a lot of people that are on the cusp, and due to some planning, they can avoid paying this income-related monthly adjustment amount. And we do strategies during their career, but then also early in retirement to help them avoid having to pay IRMAA or limit having to pay this extra surcharge. Was working with a client recently where we were doing a strategy to do that very thing. We were doing Roth conversions early in retirement so that when they get to their required minimum distributions, that amount is so low or maybe even zero. I don't think the intention is to get there, but so low that it's not going to push them up into IRMAA and they'll be able to avoid this surcharge. But here's the trick. We're doing Roth conversions up to the IRMAA threshold, up to that income threshold. So, and the question came up, well, wait a second, their Social Security in this situation was just under 50 grand between the two of them. They had worked a long time and made good money. So just under 50 grand between the two of them. But the taxable portion, because they've got pensions, they've got dividends, they've got capital gains and other things, the taxable portion of that is just 85%, okay? So 85% of their Social Security was landing on their tax return somewhere somewhere in the 40 grand range, in that range, something like that. So the question was, well, does the non-taxable portion of that Social Security, does that count towards the income-related monthly adjustment amount calculation? Does it count towards IRMAA even though it doesn't land on your tax return? Great news, that answer is no. That answer is no. The income number that matters for determining whether you are having to pay IRMAA or not, whether you're above this threshold or not, is your modified adjusted gross income. It's modified adjusted gross income. And how is that calculated for this purpose? Modified adjusted gross income is a term that's used a lot, and yet it has different definitions. For IRMAA, modified adjusted gross income means your normal adjusted gross income plus tax-exempt interest. That's it. So sometimes modified adjusted gross income can add other exclusions or other things like this question, the non-taxable portion of your Social Security. But for IRMAA, it does not. Just your adjusted gross income plus tax-exempt interest. Therefore, the portion of your Social Security, even if it's just 15%, that doesn't land on your tax return, does not hurt you, does not penalize you, does not count towards IRMAA. So hopefully that helps you, but you need to be doing planning because capital gain income does, interest income does, dividend income does, and like I said, Roth conversions do as well. That all counts as income towards your modified adjusted gross income and counts against you working towards that calculation for IRMAA. So you've got to be proactive with your planning and have it carefully thought out and laid out. Work with your certified financial planner on that so you can avoid paying this surcharge in retirement for your Medicare Part B and Part D. And if you don't have a CFP on your team that can help you with this planning, you can find one on my team. You can find us online, wisemoneyshow.com, Korhorn.com as well. That's KORHORN.com. Or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.